Well, hello everyone, welcome to round 8 of my F1 2012 career mode. I am Love Spuds, and we're at Valencia in Spain, and yes, it is raining, and here's Mr. Davidson.
Okay, here we are, a lap of Valencia, into the final corner. Make sure you slow it all down before opening up that final corner and the straight, using DRS and KERS to boost you up to the start-finish line and towards turn 1. Full throttle, 7th gear, right-hander. Look for the left-hand side 100-meter board. Slow it all down into 2nd gear. Escape route there on the left-hand side if you need it, but hopefully not in qualifying. Now towards turn 4. Hug the inside curb as much as you can and into turn 5 as well. That helps hold the car on the racing line. Use all the curb and more on the exit of turn 5 itself. On the run down now towards turn 8. Make sure you brake in a nice straight line before feeding the car into the right-hander. 2nd gear, 50 mile an hour before crossing the bridge now in towards turn 10. 1st gear, slow it all down and a nice straight exit as well. You want to really maximize this nice long straight with DRS, a boost of KERS as well come qualifying. And in the race, of course, it's a great overtaking opportunity if you've carried that momentum into this corner here. Turn 12, brake of the 100-meter board, down into 2nd gear. Sacrifice the exit there to open up the double left-hand corner and really get on the throttle nice and early before feeding the car in and opening up that corner as much as you can at turn 14. Don't use the AstroTurf as well on the exit. That will slow you down on this straight and the run up the hill towards the tight right-hand hairpin of turn 17. Straight line braking. Watch out for that rear locking as well as you feed the car into the right. Now sacrifice the exit and open up this left and then the right. Hold it full throttle if you can. You've got to have the car for you there at the high speed though. Not too much on the exit curb of turn 20 and then feed the car through the barriers and straight line braking into the final corner of turn 25. On the throttle nice and early. Use that final KERS boost and open up DRS once again, avoiding that exit curb, and that's a lap of Valencia.
There you go, plenty of corners, a few straights, quite a challenge of a circuit. Most of the time nothing happens here during the race, but this year it did. Yeah, we managed to get to qualifying 3. We haven't set a time yet. I came out at the last minute, set out a couple of laps if I needed to. But we're not doing too bad so far. I don't think this is going to be a bad qualifying lap. Honestly, I can't remember. But first sector line coming up, 26 seconds, 26.5 seconds. I'm actually 2 tenths off of that time. So it's looking good so far.
3 minutes to go.
The acceleration is immense in these cars, up to nearly 200 miles an hour as we brake down into this really tight right-hander. This bit can get a bit tricky. Need a very good line to go through here, otherwise you lose quite a bit of time. So, second sector line coming up. Target is 1:11.5. What do we got? We're half a second off the pace, which is fine by me, considering I am in a Williams after all, and not really looking to be on pole. It would be nice, but you know, I wouldn't expect it to be easy, especially because this is professional level, and this is still pre-patch. This is before all the patches that were given out to the PC and PS3 so far. So we've ended up in 8th. 6 tenths off of pole time. This is a very good time for me. McLarens are on pole. They're very strong this season so far. Red Bulls and Ferraris sort of mixing it up a little bit. Mercedes in 6th and 7th, and Grosjean and Kobayashi behind me. And yes, it is raining. As I said before, it's still pre-patch, so you're not going to see any improvements yet. Starting off on the slick option tyres, and as we come around first corner, Grosjean gets past quite easily, and Maldonado is actually on our right there, slowing it right down. Didn't hit anyone for once in the first corner. Still time for that though. I like to try and have clean races, diving up the inside, hopefully. Bit of a tap on Rosberg, which causes Schumacher to go past again. Side by side with Schumacher, as we've done before. in a couple of races, having a little fight with the Mercedes, but me getting the upper hand this time. So we're settling into 7th. We need to make up another place though, because our objective is 6th. The race objective is mostly done by how you qualify in the race. Not in the race, in qualifying, of course. As you see, a bit of spray there. The rain is definitely coming down. It's a little bit stronger in this sector than the previous sectors. Just got to be really careful I don't end up spinning out here. Yeah, everyone who plays this game knows what the grip levels are like sometimes. You can suddenly disappear from underneath you. It's not a bad length race, it's only 14 laps. Well, I say only, it's going to take quite a while. Most of these videos are going to be around half an hour or just over. Getting right up behind Rosberg there, getting a nice view of his gearbox. Or the back assembly of his car. This last corner can be a bit tricky. I used to be able to throw it round there at full speed and then brake at the last minute, but I can't anymore. So I've adjusted to that style.
It's starting to rain. It's just light at the moment, but if it worsens, we'll need to switch to inters or wet.
Engineer pointing out the obvious. It's raining. I think I kind of gathered that one. I mean, I could have told him that. So I could have said, dude, it's raining. Not that he's any help with the tyre strategy. Or anything else in that matter. He does have some useful nuggets of information, but most of the time he is useless. I have to say. Not looking too bad. Right on him. All depends, will I be able to get DRS at some point? It's not activated yet, it's only lap 2. It will be activated on the next lap. So that's providing I don't get past now. I think I'm taking it easy, I don't want to end up spinning off. Otherwise I would have gone straight down the middle there. Middle, on the inside I mean. But going past him now, on the exit of that corner, and going very wide here. I think that was my loss of grip. But we are up to 6th place. Vettel's out ahead. I'd be very surprised if I actually do manage to catch up to him. Although there is a chance, considering that they seem to be, well, Vettel seems to be being held up a little bit, as is the case, of them being so dominant at the minute. They seem to have worked out a way to recover the rear downforce in that car this year. And again, Adrian Newey, well, of course he can find things that other people can't. And they're all going into the pits. Looks like Button stayed out.
Other teams are fitting intermediate tyres. It might be worth considering changing yours too.
Intermediate tyres, I think that may be a good idea, because look, the grip has just disappeared. Just like the snap of a finger.
DRS is now enabled and will be available to use when you're within 1 second of the car ahead in the DRS zone.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to use DRS at this moment in time. So I really do need to go on intermediates. I mean, unfortunately, the way the game is, well, I can say this pre-patch. I don't know too much about post-patch. I've only had one race.
There's a gap of around 10 seconds. Keep pushing.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's always best to follow the AI in because they knew what they're doing. We'll see how that is after the patch. I mean, the race I had, I followed the AI cars in anyway, so it didn't make much of a difference to me because I was actually planning to go in on those laps and they just happened to be in at the same lap. But we'll see in the coming races whether it's actually improved. I don't know if they've actually worked on the grip levels, but I hope they have, because this is just that little bit frustrating. You know, you think you can stay out for a lap longer just to get the advantage, but you know, Doesn't always work. You can see literally no grip all of a sudden. It wasn't even this bad a lap ago. I mean, a minute ago it wasn't this bad. A minute. I just need to get to the pits. Just get in there and get these tyres off. Because obviously I need some intermediates on. And just select them.
Intermediate tyres for next box. Intermediate tyres.
Trying to use that menu quickly is annoying. You end up selecting completely the wrong tyre. And if you don't do it in time, you could end up with something stupid like a dry tyre and a really wet race. And you'd have to go around the whole circuit again and change them again. Oh look, I've suddenly magically got grip. Nearly going off across the white line there.
Scheduled pit stops, so look after your tyres.
Seeing the gap and taking it to Webber's disadvantage. And
Officials have disabled DRS due to the weather conditions.
Ricardo is out in front. Has knocked the barriers a little bit. DRS is disabled. What a surprise. I don't know, let's have a look at Ricardo's tyres.
That's Ricardo, go for the overtake.
He's actually been in and got out ahead of Webber. Actually, to be fair, I think Webber was a little bit behind.
Report that suggests the rain will stop in 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
So apparently the rain's going to stop in 5 minutes. So that could be awkward. Let's see if how long the grip lasts. Because it looks like we're going to have to go back onto dry tyres. I think I made a little mistake with the tyres selection in this race. I think it's this one, not sure. I was trying to be clever, but I don't think it quite works out.
Take it easy.
It may have been aggressive, but I didn't get a penalty for it, which is a surprise. They do love handing out penalties on this game. Let's see, is this a quiet patch? Does anything happen here? Well, I'll talk about something else while this is going on. Well, I'll say something else. It's still Formula 1 related, of course. That's the big news of, well, yesterday. Well, actually 2 days ago now, because when this is uploaded it will be 2 days ago. Looks like Sauber have signed Hulkenberg for 2013. That is confirmed. Raikkonen's confirmed at Lotus. And that's older news than that now. So that's good. Good to see Raikkonen's back. But very good to see Hulkenberg in a Sauber. Hopefully next year's Sauber will be competitive as it was this year. I do like Hulkenberg. He's got some talent, definitely. No news on Paul di Resta's seat yet, though. He may hold on to it. You don't know. But there are plenty of people gunning for it. Let's see if Kobayashi can stay at Sauber as well, because he's in a precarious position. People want him in his seat as well. There's a good chance Esteban Gutierrez from the lower Formula may come up and take his seat. You never know. Just have to wait and see. Also, Toro Rosso have retained Ricciardo and Verne for 2013, so they're both going to be there next year, no change. I wonder if that car is going to be competitive next year as well. Well, they seem to have come alive in the last few races. Well, as alive as they can be. As I come up to the back of Hamilton. I wonder if I can get past him. Doesn't quite look like it just yet. You never know, there may be a chance soon. This weekend is the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, so looking forward to that. I'm off of work, which is nice. So I think Abu Dhabi's in the evening race, covered by the BBC as well as Sky F1 as usual. Well, it suits me okay, because I can sort of rest up during the day tomorrow. Or today, considering it's Friday when I'm going to put this up. as it would be the practice sessions.
Brilliant lap. You're driving as well as I've ever seen. This is exactly what we need until the end.
Not quite sure what to think about Abu Dhabi. I don't really like the design of the circuit, because it seemed to have been designed around the buildings rather than the buildings are designed around the track. But still, it's quite nice to drive in the game, so I'm sure the drivers enjoy it. I mean, obviously I don't have to experience the heat that they're going to have to go through, but that's why they have it in the evening, in the evening sun, so it's not quite as hot as it would be in the daytime. I don't envy them, that's for sure. So Ricciardo's hanging on in there behind me. Webber hasn't got past him yet, which is a bit strange. And again, they do say rain is the great leveller most of the time. See, we're just outside the DRS zone of Hamilton. We're getting up close and personal with the back of his car. A bit of a bad line coming out of there, so that's messed me up a little bit. Allowed him to get away. But we've got a 7.2 second cushion to Ricciardo, so we shouldn't come under pressure anytime soon. I mean, as long as we hold this 6th place, going up in the inside, but I think there's a bit too much going into the corner there, and Hamilton just tries to come past. But I actually do manage to hold on. And I sort of squeeze him out a little bit there. I was a bit saucy, but it works. No penalties, everyone's happy. Except for Hamilton, who lost a position. But we're in 5th place now. Doing really quite well. Ferrari is up ahead there. I mean, I am concerned that this professional level difficulty is a little bit too easy. But as I say, this is before the patch. So this is the old professional difficulty level.
We have a slight lead over Hamilton.
When I finally upload Spa and Belgium, that will be the start of the new difficulty level. But although you don't see much of a difference, because I actually do well on Spa for some reason this year on this game. On 2011 I was absolutely shocking on Spa, even though I did manage to win the race. But that was a 2nd season Williams car which was doing really well, so you can't really make too much of a comparison about that. I definitely do enjoy driving that track a bit more this year, as I go straight into the barriers for some reason. Maldonado's actually got himself into 3rd place though. See if he can hang on to that, but I want to get Alonso. I think tyres will be an issue soon. Trying to slightly move up the inside there, and it works.
Pasta's just ahead of you.
It definitely works. Let's see if I can catch my teammate now. See if I can catch Pasta. I don't feel so bad being up in this position. Well, I don't feel bad anyway, but you know, when you're sort of at the same level as your teammates, as I go straight on there. I did that more to avoid an accident than anything. That has cost me a few positions back down to 6th. As I say, I feel pretty good being in the same position as my teammate, same sort of area, because at least then I know it's more the car's performance, well, and the AI as well, I suppose.
Okay, it looks like the car ahead is trying
What am I
to
talking
create a
about?
gap. He's running full rev.
I don't know. But now I've suddenly lost all grip, and I'm gonna need to pit in. Definitely. There's no way I can keep this out on track now.
This is exactly what we need. Push, push.
Exactly what we need. This is not what I need. I don't want to keep going off everywhere. Especially when the AI cars are glued to the road, as they are. But it is still actually spitting with rain in this sector. Just so slightly, I can just see it on the screen there. Which is annoying, to say the least. But the track is definitely dried up now. It's not as shiny as it was a couple of laps ago. Sort of drifting around the corner there. Holding on to it. was concerned that I'd broke. Yeah, I think I braked a slightly bit late there. .6 seconds to Hamilton. I've got a lot of work to do if I want to get back up to Maldonado. But at least I am still in my... Oh Christ, why am I staying out? Oh, I don't know. Maybe because they are still out. Maybe for some reason. I think I can catch up to them.
Just done a low 1:57. We need to improve on that if we want to catch them.
A low 1:57. I just done a high 1:57. So it's not as if I'm not on the pace. Even if I'm going off everywhere. Just got to be really, really careful now. We've only got 5 laps to go. No, 6 laps. No, 5. What the hell am I on about? It is 5 laps, isn't it? Oh well. Never mind my ramblings. Look, you can see 2.7 seconds to Hamilton. Ricardo is 7.7 behind, so still no worries with him. Looks like he's holding everyone up, being a bit of a buffer zone for me. Which is absolutely fine by me. Let's, I hope I go in this lap, because there's not much grip.
5 minutes.
5 minutes of rain? It's hardly raining as it is. I do find this definitely a lot more fun on professional than it is on legend, because if this was on legend I'd probably be in 17th or something right now. But oh, here we go, here's Hamilton. Here's Hamilton and the Ferrari. In front of him, Mr. Alonso. Yeah, Mass is not up here. Mass is behind me somewhere, I don't know where he's gone. Looks like they're all going to the pits and oh, I'm not going to go into pits. I really don't know what I'm doing here. I really can't remember what I did. For some reason I think I can stay out. But I suppose I was getting greedy, thinking I can stay out a bit longer. I mean, now Rosberg's behind us. Maldonado pitted as well, so maybe it was kind of a good idea to stay out. Well, I mean, otherwise I could have been queuing behind Pasta in the pits. You don't want that. No, you don't want this either. So I go straight on at that corner. Got to try and do a bit of damage limitation because they're not actually far off me now, considering how slow I'm going, and they're going to be on the option tyres, I believe. Ah, yes, that was my mistake.
Okay, prime for your next box.
I knew I made a mistake on the tyres. I don't know why I selected prime, that was a bit stupid. Maybe I thought I had more laps to go than I did. Well, than I do, should I say. Because obviously I could have used the options, because if you start using wet weather tyres in the race, then you don't need to use both dry compounds. So I don't know quite what I was thinking there. And no, I don't change it at the last minute, because I'm concentrating on driving more than anything else at the minute. Especially when I've got no grip levels. Well, I've got some grip. There's hardly anything there. Got to be really careful in this last corner. Don't want to lose too much time than I already have.
Be aware, we think the car behind is trying to save fuel.
Car behind's trying to save fuel, really. Let's see. I should have put the options on. God damn it. Oh, well, it's not too bad. I mean, we are still in our objective of 6th place. I mean, after all that, there isn't any change.
We may have trouble
track is still a little bit slippy, but it's definitely a lot more manageable than it was on the wet. Actually, in this race I believe something happens. I do something a bit silly. Hulkenberg sets the fastest lap. 1:48.3. I am a bit off that pace at the minute. Let's see if I can put in a good lap on the next lap. This lap won't really count considering I've been in the pits, so it won't be that fast.
Rosberg's in first place.
Rosberg is actually in the lead, but I think he's got to come into the pits, so possibly I'm going to move up to 5th, at the very least. 6.3 seconds. I'm closing the gap slightly, even though, well, the reason I am closing the gap is because they're holding each other up by fighting each other for position. Looks like Rosberg is still out in front. I have 3 laps now left of the race. I need to catch up to Rosberg. Well, there's your answer. Rosberg doesn't have to pit again, I don't think. Where did he come from? I don't know if he was out in front in the first place, but he's obviously done well this race. Massa 1:46, so they're definitely speeding up now. Looks like I am gaining on Hamilton, which is good to see. Well, not so much in that sector. 6.9 seconds. Ricciardo 2.8 behind. Not much of a threat. Definitely, he hasn't been all race. I don't expect him to be a threat now. Yeah, more lockups of my front right tyre. In a way, I'm kind of lucky that flat spotting isn't a feature of this game, because I would have destroyed a few sets of tyres in my time. I wonder when or if that will be a feature in a future game, because that would be interesting to see, and it would be nice to have as a proper smoke effect on the tyres, rather than a little puff of smoke underneath. Because it definitely looks more impressive in real life than it does on here. But still, there you go, another lockup. Still, you can't have it all. I mean, I want to see the state of the Formula 1 games when the new generation of consoles come out, because let's be fair, they are holding the PC back, that's for sure. I mean, I wonder what they'd be capable of if the title was PC only. So, well, don't quite know what else to talk about, really. There's not much else going on in the F1 world. I mean, you know, they're all at Abu Dhabi now. Yeah, everything that's on the news is mostly press conference notes. They had their press conference today, which is Thursday, which will be yesterday.
Buttons out in front.
Yeah, not much going on. Much else going on. I mean, it's only been a few days since my last F1 video. I mean, the big news is the contract news about Ricciardo, Vernon and Hulkenberg. So, yeah, there you go. But now I've drastically closed up the gap now to 2.9 seconds to Hamilton. 1.5 laps to go. Let's see if we can make a move in the final lap. I mean, 6th is good and all, but we know we can do better. And as I say, I think something happens to me in this race as well. I don't crash out, I can tell you that much. let's just see what it was, because this was recorded a little while ago. Now, I set the fastest lap of 1:43, about at least 2 seconds quicker than everyone else, so that is why I'm catching up. Even though I am on the prime tyres. And everyone else, I assume, is on the options. Well, why wouldn't they be? And they're getting severely held up now. And goes slightly wide to that corner. The Lotus of Krikinen back down in 23rd position for some reason. He's obviously having a really, really bad race. It's getting really close now. Up behind the two McLarens and the Williams of my teammate. Alonso's obviously gotten past that. Oh, that's not good. That's what happened. I think there's still a bit more to come though. Just look at this for a dangerous move. Going up the middle. And final corners. Actually, it didn't happen here. Well, that was the best move of my whole race, but unfortunately, I think there's something wrong. Yes, I know there's something wrong. I think I've got a penalty somewhere. I do apologise if I missed it on the race itself, but for some reason I got a penalty of 20 seconds. If it popped up at any point in the video, let me know. But unfortunately, my my 4th place has been relegated to a 13th place, which is a real shame, because that was a really good race for me. Even though he struggled slightly, Mark Webber actually finishing down to 16th there, not a good race for him. Vettel in 23rd for some reason, and Kimi Räikkönen in 22nd. So a few big names down the bottom there, not helping their championship chances whatsoever. So Drivers' Championship, we are in 10th, which is our objective for the whole season, so we're looking good so far. Ahead of Ferrari's Felipe Massa and Pastor Maldonado. Fernando Alonso is leading the championship, as was the case this year in Valencia when he won. He's only 1 point ahead of Lewis Hamilton though, so it's a really tight battle at the top so far between the top 3. So Vodafone McLaren Mercedes still on top, 73 points ahead of Scuderia Ferrari. Lotus sitting in 3rd, Red Bull in 4th, which is unusual for them. Williams sitting in 6th, 10 points behind Mercedes, and all the rest of the usual suspects down the bottom there. So yeah, anyway, all that remains is to say goodbye. Join me next time for round 9, Great Britain, my home race. I'll see you then.